better to talk about current events with and the state of American politics than media mogul and two-time Republican presidential nominee Steve Forbes. Welcome back to the program.
Good to be with you again, Daniela.
And as we're speaking, we have news coming out of Turkey right now. Crazy times we're living in right now.
Turkey could be, I emphasize the could be, good news. Erdogan, the president, former prime minister, wanted dictatorial powers.
Okay.
He was going to ram it through Parliament. He lost a year ago an election. His government became a minority government. Then he manufactured a crisis with the Kurds to create a sense of crisis and violence, and they called new elections, and then made it clear he was going to march to try to be a semi-dictator. So the army, Erdogan thought that he had emasculated the army, purged the officer corps, and therefore the army couldn't do what it traditionally did since Kemalist times in Turkey, and that is when the political system is unraveling, they step in and restore order and then allow a new crop of politicians to come in and democracy to return.
It seems like there's almost a world revolution happening. You know, we also saw Brexit. Was that a surprise to you?
Well, the world, there's a feeling, certainly in this country and around the world is unraveling. With the U.S. creating a vacuum in the world, disrespect for the U.S. has gone up. China's doing things they'd never do otherwise, same with Putin. And so the world becomes a more dangerous place. And I think that's one reason why you see the elections going where they're going.
Well, let's talk about U.S. politics. You're also the author of Reviving America. You've been a vocal supporter of Donald Trump, but you also said recently that his vice president pick would be critical. He's now come out and said it is Pence. What do you make of his decision here?
Well, in terms of Donald Trump, I said I didn't endorse anyone during the political process, but I did say I would endorse the Republican nominee. So he's going to be the Republican nominee, so I backed the Republican nominee. I had very serious differences with Donald Trump on certain aspects of immigration, such as trying to send home 11 million people. Not going to happen. Deport 11 million people. The 45% tariff he proposed, which is equivalent to 45% sales tax, I thought that would do immense harm to the American economy. His tax plan's pretty good. I think it's being refined to make it far better. So in the next few weeks, he's got to assuage people who have doubts. I think the pick of Pence is a very positive one because he's quiet. He's been an effective legislator, respected by his party, respected governor, and therefore I think it demonstrates to doubters and undecided voters, maybe we can take a chance on Trump. He's capable of making good choices.
Trump's also hinted at a possible return or some sort of form a gold standard. Was briefly picked up by media. I know we've spoken about the gold standard before. Do you think that's something that he could follow through with? Do you think that's something that could happen under his presidency?
I think he realized, gold standard had been pretty good when we had it. I don't think he's paid much attention to the issue. That's where the people around him and his administration will be critical. There's a recognition that what the Federal Reserve has done, which I think Trump recognizes has been harmful to the economy, we could start to get real reform. The first thing is recognize we have a problem. I think he recognizes that the Federal Reserve is a huge problem. We got to have a stable dollar. So it could go in the next few years in the right direction, which would be immensely helpful to the economy, especially for small and new businesses, which are being starved of sufficient credit today.